What's going on, you guys? Mr. By the Mile. Thanks for coming back. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. It tells me thank you for putting this kind of content out there for you guys, gathering information, seeing what you guys want to do. And it lets YouTube know that you like my stuff. If you dislike it, make sure you hit that dislike button twice. And my man. So answering a question from a few subscribers on the comment section and in the emails. How did I learn to chain and strap and bind and tarp without any training? I had extremely minimal training. At this company, if you have 1 year of tractor trailer experience, they take you through orientation, basically taught me how to fold a tarp, throw a couple of tarps over a load, strap a load down, chain a load down, whatever's needed, right? Whatever you got to do. Every load's different. Me, I worked on piping, a couple different size coils, and what was the other one? It was roofing material, using V-boards and stuff like that for the roofing material, if it's super pliable. Anyway, the coils were really fun, chaining those down, that was fun. Folding tarps, it can be some hard work sometimes, especially when it comes to the wind and whatnot. So I thought about all that while I was doing this, Anyway, they basically, it was a total of what, maybe like 8 hours total on this stuff, spread out over a couple few days. I just made sure that I knew how to fold that tarp right, because I knew that setting that up was key. And folding up or rolling up the straps, in a way that's easier for me to toss it over, depending which way I want to hook it. I knew I had to get that down. So I did, basically had a good system of operation, I thought, until I got out on the job. Then after a couple of weeks, I finally got a good system down. Setting up. Setup is everything. Setup is everything. So there I go out on the road, and they give you a book with every kind of load you're going to receive. Well, almost every kind of load you're going to receive, but for the most part, it's all there. And once you have experience with most of those, you can adapt and overcome fairly easily. Now, what I did is I had an owner-operator friend of mine who I could call, and I did. A couple other flatbed friends of mine who I called. The other thing, you guys, if you have no one to call, there are plenty of flatbedders around you at these places. If you find yourself alone, call safety. Simple as that. My first load took me 5 hours because I was scared, very nervous about it. We're talking, there's going to be families on the road next to me, So I called my buddy. He went over the load with me. This was after me struggling for like an hour and a half. And there was no one around for me to ask either. It was pretty effed up. I looked at the book and I was like, damn. And it was so difficult because it was flat steel and they were like this far, each stack, 3 stacks, was this far apart from each other. So I'm thinking I have to put an X chain in front and behind every stack. So I start doing it and I'm struggling, trying to get my hand in there, and I almost cut my arm on the corner. I thought, man, I think I'm gonna call safety, but I think I just have to put an X chain on the very front and the very back, and that's it, because they're so close together. So I take all the chains off, but I take it back. I called safety. They let me know, hey, you only need an X chain in the front and back. Then I called my buddy Scott, got a second opinion. He's like, yeah, dude, X chain in the front and the back. I said, okay, sounds good. He set up my straps after that, got it tarped. And just as I got it tarped, It started raining. I had to go outside because the facility closed. Man, oh man, that load now would probably take me all of about 45 minutes. Maybe not that long. Depends how fast I can tarp it and how many tarps I need to use. So anyway, I got down the road, and I tested it out. When there weren't people around, I hit the brakes, hard but not too hard. Hit a couple of potholes, pulled over, checked the load. No movement. The entire trip, all what was it? All 1,200 miles. No movement. Thank God. Right? So, they'll give you a booklet, but understand that, there's going to be a lot of times where there's going to be a lot of other flatbedders around. And ask a flatbedder that's seasoned. Ask an older man, a guy that's been there, looks like he's been there a while, who takes his time with his load, And it's always cool to ask the shippers too, whoever's loading you up, because they watch these guys do it every day. And some of them, if they're not sure, from my experience, they always told me, look, dude, I'm really not sure, you're going to have to ask, one of those guys. I'm okay. That's what I did. But you can't always trust everyone. When all else fails and you don't trust any advice you've received, call safety. Nothing to worry about, man. There's always a challenge in this business, but the more experience you obtain, the better you get, the more knowledgeable you get, the more confident you become, as long as you don't think that you know it all, okay? You're gonna be all right. Mr. By the Mile. Remember, guys, if you like it, let YouTube know that you do. Hit that like button and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notifications when I come out with a new video. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button twice, and my man, you guys take care, stay safe, all you truckers out there. See you on the road.